Alright friends, welcome to this new tutorial on the particle path. My name is Smooth as Fast, and today we're going to be creating some kind of particle system who's following the path of geometry. So if we looked at my Instagram, you're going to see that I created this kind of effect where you see the light going up the coil and then coming down. Did about the same thing here. So this is what I want us to recreate today. It's using some simple trigonometry, and it's gonna be pretty simple, and there's a lot of tweaking you can do, so please go ahead and improvise while you go along. Also, while I have you here, I wanted to share this article with you, so I'll put the link in the description. So I had a great talk with Isabel from Derivative, and we came up with this article that I think you guys might like. So if you do have the time, please go ahead and read it and hit me up on it. Tell me what you thought, and let's start a discussion. Great. Okay, so let's jump right into TouchDesigner. So today we're going to be doing, once again, like in drawing with circles, some trigonometry, but it's high school stuff, so pretty much anyone should be able to follow. Okay, so first of all, we want some variables. Always start with this. I like to call mine var for variables and connect with Alt-N, a null, and this is now var s. Okay, yeah, just making sure the recording is grabbing this window. Great, so first I want to declare some samples, because I'll be using this left and right. Okay, so first I want us to be able to draw a circle, a 3D circle with patterns. So if you haven't done a drawing with circle, it can be a good start, because I guess it's like the simpler version of what we're gonna do. So I'm taking a pattern. I'm gonna go in channel and inject a little Python in there, and me.name. Like this, the channel name is always the name of the operator who's here. So this one is gonna be tx, and let's bring tx, ty, and tz, and let's rename them. Okay, ty, tz, wonderful. All those guys are gonna be well, I didn't put it up yet, but I want 200 samples. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. Let's merge them right away in the math. Whoop. Okay, and let me just let's get out of the Wi-Fi. Okay, and this is going to be null curve. Okay, so let's look at it right away. Let's bring up some the geometry viewer. Okay, right now it's obviously empty. What we want to do is to bring now one of my favorite subs, which is chop2. Okay, connect this here. Not 100% sure it's necessary to connect a line, but as well, yeah, it is, because you're gonna give it the right amount of samples. So whatever, there's maybe a way around it. So I'm taking the numbers of samples here and putting it up there. So now I have 200 samples here, and then in my dat I have 0 to 199, so 200 samples also. Let's connect this to a geo so we can watch what is happening. Okay, beautiful. So right now we have this straight line, and let's just for a second put a box. Okay, and this box, let's make it with no divisions, like this, and let's make it that it goes from -1 to 1 on every axis. So you see here now, like all the channels are oscillating between -1 and 1. So that's why the point of this line is up here, because tx, ty, and tz is 1, 1, 1, and same but -1 over here. Okay, so it might be a little weird, or like if you're not used to using curves in that manner, but just like stay with me, and I think it's gonna get clearer as we go. So I want to draw a circle, but on the Z and X axis. So for now, I don't want the Y axis to be anything. So I'll put it in a ramp and bring its amplitude to 0. Okay. And we want Tx, Ty. So once again, the relationship between a sinus and a cosinus, if bring together, they're gonna make a circle. So if I put, so Tx is gonna be a sine and Tz is gonna be a cosine, and here we have a circle. Okay, this is pretty good already. So let's watch. Let's look at our points. Okay, I think we've had enough already of this box, so we can say goodbye. Okay, so right now all the samples that we see create a circle, but the Y translation is always on 0, so we want to increment through a ramp. So right now my ramp is from 0 to 0 because his amplitude is 0. And so let's put his amplitude to 1. Okay, and okay, we have a spiral going on here. This is pretty great, and this is pretty much where we're going right now. We want more than 1 revolution here. So I'm gonna take my Tx, I'm gonna copy, you can go like this, copy parameter, and the Tz, paste reference, okay? And I want like, let's say 3 revolutions. Okay, so we have like, we have this thing going on, this spiral thing. So from here, a lot of things are possible. Just for fun, you could take an LFO, okay, and let's put it from like -1 to 1. You can do this. Okay, so right now it's oscillating between 0.2 and 1, and if I put it in the max, it would do like a kind of a spring effect. So like the possibilities are already out there. Okay, but that's not exactly what I want to do. What I want to do is like I just like kind of did it earlier, and it was kind of funny. So let's repeat that. Disconnect this because I'm gonna be multiplying this spring effect, or this spring geometry. I wanna do it a bit different. So I'm gonna bring up a wave. Okay, my wave, I want it to have 200 samples too. So be careful here. You could be you're in second by default. You guys want to go in default, and very important to check. Like here I'm 0 to 200, so that makes 201 frame, which is not what I'm looking for, because the index starts at 0, so we have to offset it by 1. So like this here, we're at 0 to 199, and now here 0 to 199. Wonderful. Okay, and now I want to use a Gaussian curve, and to have like the nice Gaussian curve we know, you have to bring the period up to the same as his samples. And here we have like this cool curve, and we're going to be multiplying those two. So you can see that like here it's going to be multiplied by 0, so it's going to stick on this axis. You'll see in a second. Whoop. Okay, so, and let's multiply it, not here, and multiply it, and look at this. Okay, we have that, and that. This is getting a little crazier by the second. Okay, I want more. I want it to turn more, so let's just do that. So, yeah, okay, and bring down a bit this amplitude here. Oh boy, that's too much. Okay, yeah, something more like this, but maybe like 0.2. Yep, yep, that is good. Let's a bit more turny. Okay, so already we have something here that is fun. Okay, and let's crank up those samples till 1000. Okay, so now I don't have like those. Well, I have them, but by instancing what we'll be doing in a second, we should be able to fill those little gaps between each samples, which we don't have up here, or much less. Okay. So this is great. I'll be using a sphere. Okay, let's put it in polygon and bring down the, well, by default frequency of 2 should be good. And you see that now it looks round enough, but it is pretty imperfect, which is what we want. We don't want too much definition. And let's bring down a transform and like pull it down to something for now, because this is what we're going to be instancing. So let's plug it into the geo. Okay. Okay, so here I always like to call this last one null.pos for position. Bring in the chup, the sub2, yes, and the null, which I always rebaptize null inst. Great. Let's activate instancing, plug default here, tx, ty, tz. So all this should be pretty, like I think if this is too complicated, like this part, maybe this go do more tutorials and come back here a bit later, because this is like fairly normal stuff in a TouchDesigner, I would say. Okay, so we have this shape. This shape is already pretty fun. So I like this, and I'll be doing the same thing, but this time taking that guy also. Okay, but this time let's bring, so wait, let me just yeah, let me do that the good way. So I want two systems separate, and you'll understand just in a second why. I need to, yeah, I should have just copy paste, but whatever. Okay, and let's not look at this guy for a second. Okay, so now let's make a little magic happen, and let's bring in the particle sub. And all right, look at this. Already we have our little trail, and I guess like that's once again like that's pretty much the tutorial. It just, you can go crazy from here and do a lot of stuff, which we'll be doing starting from now. But I guess that's the essence of what I wanted to show you today. It's the possibility of just plugging a particle system, and it follows the path of your geometry. So when you're creating a particle system, often you want to like sort your points, and like if I wanted to do like some random points, I plug in a sort and use a random, which I don't want. I really want like to affect it for it follows this natural order. And let me I'm just gonna put a merge here and take a keyboard chop in, because I like to reset a couple stuff, and I always put 1 2 3, and here the particle system is going to be reset by 1. I'll try to tell you when I'm doing just that. Okay, so I reset it this way. Wonderful. So if you want it to go faster, and this is kind of like a bit hacky, but whatever, you do 1000, and now it's going a lot faster, even so fast it's catching up its tail. But so let's go back to 100, which was a good speed for prototyping. I just reset with 1. Okay. So this is pretty good. This is pretty good. What I want to do next, I want the so the particle have a time of life. They here you see like they're gonna live for 3 seconds. So let's just put down 7, okay? And when you look at a SOP with a middle mouse click, you see also the attributes that are present in that SOP. And here we have one who's not often there. If you don't use a particle often, it's life. And we're gonna be using life to scale down the particle as they die. So I'm just gonna bring in life here. So in SOP 2, I bring in life by clicking custom, and yeah, it's minuscule L. Okay, so life 0 is the life. How would you say that? Decrementing? I don't know. Like his time of life just coming down, and how much time he has left, let's say. And life 1, which is hard to see, is his time of life. So if you have like some variancy, which you could put, like I want some to have more like a natural system, you'd have some who would be like 3 seconds, 2 seconds, like some variation, and you would see the variation of each particles here. But that is not what I want. I want them to have all the same time of death, of life, let's say. Well, comes to the same thing. So 0 here, so reset. Okay, so I'm gonna select like this. We don't need that. I'm gonna select life 0. Okay, and here life 1. Okay, and play around with this, but basically what you want to do, you want to subtract his time of life minus his time remaining. So if I subtract, and I think those two guys have to be opposite. Yeah, so it's kind of just the opposite right now. So right now, when they're born, they're at their biggest, and they're gonna decrement until you to 0. And this is gonna be the scale. I don't know if I said that before. That must have been confusing following me if I had not said it. So let's just call it scale here. Beautiful. And yeah, let's merge it. And here, let's bring in scale. Yeah, so what's happening right now is it's scaling big because it's scaling to his time of life, which is not interesting to me. So I'm gonna rearrange it with a math, and like it's simple to do right now because every particle has the same time of life. So I'm gonna grab here the copy parameter, the time of the life expectation, and paste it here. Paste reference. So right now it's going 0 to 7, and it's going to go from 0 to 1, and this is more what we're looking for. So this is starting to look pretty good. Okay. So I still have a bit too much holes in here, so I'm gonna go crazy because like my computer can handle it. I'm gonna double the numbers of particles, of samples. So it's gonna. Oh, it's not that bad. It's 700 points. Here it's a little more. So it's obviously the 2000s. Okay, great. Okay, so this is what I want to do with my particle, and now let's jump into the top world. Okay, so we're gonna render those two guys separately, just because I don't want to make this too complicated for myself. This is obviously not like super, not super optimized in any way, but that's not what I'm going for. So this guy is gonna be this guy, and this guy is gonna be all right. TouchDesigner asking me for a geometry, which I will give him. No, not a geometry, a camera. Okay, camera and let's plug it in a light. So when you plug it in this way, okay, and let's take off this offset. The cool thing is when you're gonna move your camera, like let's say I move my camera here, actually here you see it. My camera and my light are at the same spot. So if I move them, like they're linked, so they're gonna move in the same capacity. And in the same way, if I come here and like this is the view angle I want to have here in save view 2, I'm gonna ask him to go to cam 1, and here I have it. And obviously you would have to do a little like fussing around. Let's do this real quick. Little trick I just discovered is middle click. Like when you hold down to move it around, if you middle click, it comes up way snappier, and this is very pleasant to me. Okay, right now I don't want this, so okay, like this, beautiful. Sorry for that. Okay, this is good. So I want to do kind of like a water drop falling down, let's say a glass tube. So once again, with this beautiful operator, the edge operator, you can almost you can almost create glass by just edging it like this real quick. And it's not perfect, but you know, it's kind of quick and dirty. Is this gonna help me a bit? Okay. So D for display. This is pretty helpful. And how can we? Oh, let's B for bypass. How can we make it a bit like? I feel like we're seeing too much of the spheres here. So two things we can try maybe. Yeah, that kills my FPS and doesn't help. So not the frequency, but let's try to bring like those guys can come up closer, I think. Ooh. Oh yeah, this. Oh, I like this. Yeah. Okay, good enough for me. So I want like the effect to be like a water drop, just like falling down the spiral. So I have my glass, which is very good. Something I like to do, I like to take like an edge like this, and then just put some put some black edge around it. And for me, I think it gives it, and I'm gonna use alpha because I just want that. I feel like it gives it like a cartoonish look, which I like. And this is like 100% just personal aesthetics. So do as you wish. See, I kind of like this look on it. Can we just bring it a little thicker? Yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's connect a null. And thanks to Matthew Regan, we call it BG, and it's super clear for everyone. And he's now displayed. Okay, bringing it over, and now let's connect. So our particle system, who's doing our little trailing effect, let's plug it in here. Okay, and yeah, it's kind of, is it doing a thing? It's hard, it's hard to see right now because anyway, I want to bring in a Fong. And if you've been following me or following those tutorials, you know that I love Fong because I love those advanced color buffers, and I almost always use camera space normal. So I'm in my render, I'm gonna ask him to render a little more color buffers. So let's ask him to do 3. Bring in render select. Okay, connect those two guys together. And right now, like the color buffer number 1 was color space normal. You can play with these and see what they gave you different, but I'm a big fan of the camera space normal. Okay, so if I put it here, Okay, so we're kind of having some kind of like liquid going down our tube. This is looking better by the second. Um, the thing is, I want it to go down, not up. So in my sort, I'm gonna do reverse, and I'm gonna reset everything. And you see now the points which were incrementing along this along the y-axis are now opposite, so it's coming down this way. Yeah. Okay. This is looking good. Maybe can we bring down the opacity of our glass just so we can see? Yeah, maybe something like that. Can we bring up the oh yes. So see how we have like this glass effect, which is totally created with tops. Like there's no freaking magic of like PBR or the roughness or blah blah blah. So this is something I like very much. I want it to go a bit quicker though. So let's put it to 200. Reset it. Yeah, 200 is too slow. 500. Oh, Siri is hearing me. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. And now like life expectancy of 2. Reset everything. Just so we see well, let's inverse those operators. So you can do like a kind of S like this, bring those two together. So right now it's over because I just want us to be able to see it more clearly, and it actually looks good even like that. Sometimes cheating is okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's okay. So I want to also I want to bring in a little turbulence like this, and the turbulence spirit I want it to happen real quick. Yes. So just less. Maybe 0.1 or something. So I just reset it. So yeah, that is good. Let's bring it up a notch. Okay, and obviously you can play with it, but if you bring it too high, the turbulence, it's just gonna like it's just gonna go out of, yeah, see, that is not working at all. It's gonna go out of like our glass thing, so that's not what we want, but this is looking fine to me, so I think I'll just keep it like that. Yep. So, and you have like the like if it's water evaporating or whatever. What? Okay, so we're pretty much done. What can I say? So in the intro here, I've done this in another way. I didn't create the curve in the like I just showed you. I actually took, and let's do it for fun. Let's take a circle and no, and let's make a triangle, let's say, and then I took a trace here, create a geometry from our 2D input here, and then this, well, yeah, is that gonna work? How many points is there? 60 points. Yeah, it's gonna work. So, and then this, I plugged it, so let's put a null here. Okay, and then I just created this way. So right now you have a particle system from a 2D geometry. So what is happening right now? Let's look at it here. If we display options, okay. So you see the normals. They have a direction. We don't want this for this effect in particular. So if I take points, well, point, okay. let's look at the display options and the normals. I can go to keep normals, or I can just say no normals. Okay, so now we have no normals, and now we have to tweak some values, obviously. So and so I put birth 2 per seconds. Yeah, 2 is definitely not enough. Let's have 10, and let's just bring it up a bit. Okay, so this is pretty cool because you see how you can create something pretty like quick and dirty, just like a logo or something. You just want to have like this kind of effects path following it. So it's not in any way, shape, or form like the perfect way to do it, but it's a good way, I think, to like prototype it and find the look you want to create before you start like some heavy and difficult iteration. This can be, I think, super helpful. So I guess that's pretty much it. So if you do follow this tutorial and then you create your own stuff, be sure to share it with me, because I would love to see it. And let me just bring this back to like the value we had. So 500. Yep. Yeah, so I would love to share to see it. I would love to share it on Instagram. That's what I like to do, and please hit me up and let's start a conversation. And if you like anything on the Instagram, please write a comment that you would like to see have a tutorial on it. I do the tutorials only like basically on demands from people who ask. Then I do a tutorial. That's how I roll. All right. So this was pretty fun. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, and the file should be in the description with the link to the article. So see you next time, and have a good day.